I think it's safe to say I'm not really known for my coloring skills, but sometimes I break out those markers and go to town. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Today's card project does include some stamping and coloring, but I also wanted to show you that you can take two stamp sets that have nothing in common and still create something kind of cool. You don't have to stay always within the framework of a single set. Today, I wanted to use these super cute bears and I'm combining them with an all topography set that I designed. So to see my very simple and not super professional Copic colored card project, Copic colored card project. Stick around, that card is coming up next. Here's a look at the card I'll be creating in today's video, and it was really fun to take a greeting from one set and a cute little bear from another and combine them to make this card. I think this would make a great graduation card because it looks like the little bear's carrying his backpack into the future. Backpack, strawberry satchel, you get the drift. All right, let's take a look at the products. This is the Yay You stamp set that I designed for Simon Says Stamp, and it's all full of encouraging greetings that could be used for a lot of different card topics. Then I wanted to use the bear from this strawberry set. I think this is just charming. Look at all these sweet little bears and the strawberries, sweet little greetings. It's a very, very cute stamp set. And there are coordinating dies that you can purchase for this set as well that cut out almost all of those images. I've got a little Simon Intense Black stamping ink today, a little white cardstock, and of course we'll use other things as we go. So let's get started with stamping. I wanted to stamp out the bear and a few strawberries. I'm not going to use the strawberries in the end, but sometimes I stamp more things than I need just so that I have, options, choices, right? I'm stamping with the Intense Black because it is a Copic friendly ink. Now, I'm going to color today, and if you spend any time at my channel, you probably notice I don't do a ton of Copic coloring. It's funny because when I started stamping and making cards, back in 2017, I decided to start getting all the markers I could because I saw how many people were stamping and coloring cute little images. Turns out I'm not the world's best colorer, even after all this time. One of the things that I did was I took out the chisel nibs in most of my Copic markers in order to have a smaller, finer tip on these sketch pens for coloring, because I think it's just my eyesight maybe, or my coordination, but I have a hard time really working with those larger brush tips. It's hard for me to stay in the lines, and so these small chisel nibs, they just give me a little more control. The other thing about coloring is I never know what I'm doing in terms of blending. Like, I know enough to be dangerous, right? To touch my tip of one pen to another pen to kind of create a mid-tone, but that's really about as fancy as I get. I watch people color who are master shaders. Like my friend Christina Werner. I try to imagine how she talks about light coming in from an area, and then in the end, I just, I don't know what I'm really doing. And that is why I'm doing a voiceover for this video. I like to record live vocals, but here's the thing, when I'm coloring, I am so focused in and concentrating that if you asked me to say one word, I think I would go right out of the lines. So here's the thing, you kind of get your favorite techniques, right? And for me, I want to be a great Copic colorer, but I just don't think it's in the cards. And that's okay. And here's the other thing too. You can still have an adorable little friend with simple coloring, right? You don't have to be a Picasso. You don't have to be a master of the medium in order to create something that's really cute. Now, I know a little bit about shading here and there, which I'm trying to do here on the bear, but here's a hot tip. Get yourself a colorless blender, because when you go out of the lines, you can push that color right out of the paper. Most of the time. Most of the time it works really well. And I also put a chisel tip on this one so that I could just get right in there, right, and have control. And I actually have a very quick video on how to replace a chisel nib, and I'll definitely pop a card up in the upper right for you. Now I'm coming in with another color, and here's the thing, I think this kind of mucked it up a little. I don't think these blended together very well. Now I do have Copic charts that talk about colors and what goes where, and I even have like a little swatch ring that I created, and actually I'll pop another card up for you if you want to make one for yourself. I actually find my swatch ring to be more helpful just in terms of picking a basic color for whatever it is I'm coloring. But it's really a crapshoot. It feels like a crapshoot every time I color, every single time. Is it that way for you? I don't know. I just, yeah, that's how I roll. Now I should have walked away. I decided it would be cute to add a pink belly, and it could have been cute if I had stopped here, but then I started to feel kind of bold and thought, what if his whole belly was pink? And as soon as I did that, I did not like it. I was thinking to myself, we need to start over, we need to start over. But lucky for you, what you don't know is I did another bear off camera. So I'm going to cut this friend out, right? Pop this out, show you what it looks like, all well and good. But I do have a backup bear. Always have a backup bear. The belly needed to stay white. I think that pink just kind of threw the whole color harmony off. So again, your takeaway, always have a backup bear. Now it's time to move on to the greeting, and these are so easy to frame out. These dies are nice and generous. So I cut that out off camera, and now we will score a card base. This is going to be a US A2. And I've got foam tape on the back, thin on one and the regular depth on the other, so I could have a little dimension. And I wanted to stencil something behind the bear because I want this to be a one-layer card, but I wasn't sure if that was going to cut it. So I pulled out the layered confetti stencil, and I thought I'm just going to put a couple layers of circles in a very light blend behind the bear. So I'm taping that down with a little honeybee low-tack tape. I've just got one ink color. This is Cheeky from Simon Says Stamp. I'm going to start in the center with a little heavier hand and then just lightly fade it out, just for a little pattern, right? A little detail in the background. And I love this confetti. I don't know why it's called confetti because it's just a bunch of circles, but it's really fun for creating little backgrounds. I rotated it one turn, repositioned it, and I'm going to bring in one more layer. That's it. Just a very easy way to create something that's going to ground both my bear and the greeting. And there you go. It's almost got kind of that bokeh effect, right? A little bit dreamy. Go ahead and give that a nice press to create the crease. And now I'll grab a sub-greeting. And I thought that congratulations would be very cute. I'm bringing in my Simon Says Stamp T-square ruler, which works surprisingly well inside my Misti here, just to help me get things lined up. Now that I know where the greeting needs to go, I'll just rub off the coating from manufacturing, ink it up, and stamp it right on the card front. I don't always use a stamp press when I'm stamping down these delicate greetings. And look at that. It looked great, but I thought, you know what, I'll hit it with just a little more black ink and kind of give it a little more pressure to the right for an even congratulations. I'm adding a little bit of liquid glue to the foam squares here so that I have just a little bit of wiggle room and playtime so that I can bring in my ruler, butt it up with that lovely lip that it has, press it against the edge of the card, and that just helps to line it up very quickly and make sure that it's straight. And then I'll add a little more liquid glue to the bear. I didn't put anything on the strawberry because I just want the strawberry to kind of float, and I might even zhuzh it up a little just so it almost points away, but I know it would get flattened in the mail. But there it is. Now this card calls for a little shine. Boop, boop. I had to put a sequin right in that center area because it was bugging me. It felt like a little bit of trapped white space, but that turned out great being right in there. And that's the finished card project. So don't be afraid to, 1, combine sets, and 2, keep your coloring super simple. I'll see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.